Um, I think we had completed our second chapter revision, and we are on the third chapter. But before that, I hope that you all have uploaded your assignments, right? Um, Please upload it. And first assignment, remember, I have not created the. Now I'm gonna create the Excel sheet. Whosoever have not completed, please complete it before I create the Excel sheets, because I need to update the other faculties as well. Whosoever is left with assignments, please upload their assignments uh, in the links I had shared with you over the mail. Beside that, the Cisco NetKit, if I go ahead with that, then in I do not need to do that. I need to go for here. And here, this is our first course, MC01, and I think that it is completed by everyone. No one is left, I guess, because I can see that all have generated their certificates. So let me see. I think, yeah. So everyone have completed this one. So in course one, there is no issue at all. MC01 is completed. Um, MC0 MC02, if I go ahead, and there are actually many people left with MC02, so not completed the course. See, there are many. I think there is I mean, mix of students from TC3 and your class. So there are many students who are from TC3 as well. So do not worry about it. I mean, but these are the people who have not yet completed the uh, course MC02. I think I do not know Alap is in our class or not. I think Yash is in our class. Ria is in our class. Ria had just texted me for the course completion. Ria, I think your MC02 is not yet completed. Darkan, Dipsa, I guess. Parth is not in our class, right? Ayush, I do not know. Arun is not. Akshita is in our class. So please, Akshita, you see Pratik, Mayank, Maulik, Tumin, Harsh. Meet your, I think yours is going to be, I think sooner is, I think I need to refresh it. There are other students who have also completed, so let me just refresh it. Once it upgrade the grades, I will see the updated list of those students who have completed the course. So might be it will take some time, but no issue. MC03, I think this is also not being completed by many students. Let me refresh it. And the problem of course feedback, I think I had solved for everyone. वो अब आपको नहीं दिक्कत करेगी. Course feedback is, I think, is being completed by me, so do not worry about it. Just complete your quiz. Quiz are important, so uh, just need to complete the quiz. There is no assignment I had given here in the Cisco, so you do not have to complete that also. So still it is updating, so it will take, I think, time. We'll see that, no issue. Okay, till then, I think we had started this GSM, which is a third chapter, and the syllabus for mid 2 as well. It comes in mid 2 as well. So we have 3 section earlier we had seen, and I think we are at transcoding and rate adaptation unit. Till this, we had completed. I do not remember. your class or uh, in GTU class, but I think I've completed. Okay, so after the whole radio station subsystem, we have another component here, network switching subsystem. And in this NSS, we have a major component known as a mobile switching center, MSC, is going to become up. And this MSC is having varieties or different types of databases. So first understand what is MSC is. It is actually a kind of office which handles different types of base station controller. Okay, so all BSCs are going to be handled by single MSC. The major role of your MSC is to support the mobility of the mobile station or the user who is having the mobile. It controls both the switching and the number of BSCs. Okay, so switching means the handovers, right? It also does something called as a registration and authentication, and as well as encryption. Uh, Registration comes up when a user purchases a new SIM card or come up to a new network operator, and then it needs a registration there so that I can register the user in my network. Once the registration is done, all the call and SMS is going to be authenticated and encrypted from one end to another end. Right? This is going to be handled by your MSC. So you can see all these things. These are we had seen. Yeah, the important part here is the database. The important databases are HLR and VLR. HLR is home location register, and VLR is a visiting location register. And what do you mean by HLR is basically when you purchase a card, the purchase of a card from a shop, the network onto which you are, operating. Suppose you had purchased a Vodafone SIM card, then Vodafone is going to be your home network, and the area precisely from where you are taking that card is going to be your home network. Okay, so the database that handles the registration of your SIM card and the services that you are going to purchase from the Vodafone is going to be handled by this permanent database known as home allocation register. This database is going to be completely unmodified. Okay, it is going to be unchanged until when? Until the termination of your subscription. Until and unless you didn't say the network operator that I do not want to use your network, they will not going to change anything in the database, right? जब आप सामने से जाओगे to terminate your connection, then and then only it is going to change the HLR database. It is a very huge database. Why? Because all things related with you, your network, your subscription is going to be entered into this database. So this is like a very huge database. Then what happens when you move, because it is not possible for anyone to be there in the home location for a very long time. Definitely a person is going to move for a work, for maybe for personal reason, maybe for emergency work. Definitely is going to move from one city to another city or from a town to town. So at that time your home network is not going to work. So if you are a Vodafone customer and you are in the Rajkot, then the Vodafone network is like entitled to Rajkot only. When you move from that precise Rajkot location to Ahmedabad, then there are different things happen. You didn't get the network because you leave your home network and you are in the foreign network. So foreign network definitely have the Vodafone services and Vodafone network, but they have different BTS, different BSCs, and different MSCs. So they do not know about you, right? They do not know about you. So to know uh, your presence in the foreign network, there should be another database which handles it. Okay, and the handling or the mechanism by which it can handle is can be done with the help of VLR. So whenever you are in the foreign location, uh, the other BTS and BSCs and MSCs doesn't going to know you. So this VLR is going to tell them that there is a new user. Let me register you with here MSCs and BSCs and BTS for a certain period of time. Uh, And then once you leave Ahmedabad and come back to Rajkot, all the information from that VLR database is going to be deleted and modified. So this VLR database is going to be very a kind of a temporary database and not a fixed or permanent database. So you can see here that it gives the current location of mobile station, and this database is temporary, to which the subscriber currently registered. Typos. Subscriber currently registers, and it is also been precisely put it over here that it is dynamic in nature, and it certainly interacts with your HLR always. So it is constantly communicating with your HLR, because HLR is the permanent database. So it needs also the update of your, the VLR will tell the HLR that your user is currently moving here and then here, right? So this is the two databases which are very important, and definitely questions are going to become from here as well. The another subsystem in the GSM is operation subsystem, OSS. Now what this OSS is, this has taken too much time, I guess. So what is this OSS? Is operating subsystem. Now database we have the HLR and VLR. There are other two databases which are with MSCs, which is AUC, which is Authentication Center, and apologies for this U. We have Authentication Center and something called as EIR, which is Equipment Identity Register. So there is one more database, OMC, which is not like very compulsory. Sometimes some books, this OMC component there with MSc, and sometimes it is not there in the books. So, but AUC and EIR is the databases which will always be there with the MSCs in every book. So what do you mean by authentication center? Uh, Authentication center basically gives you a kind of a key mechanism by which you can be authenticate to the mobile network, right? So whenever you call to someone, you first need to be authenticate yourself that yes, this is my number and this is my equipment number, and I am the real owner of this number. So let me call. Once you give the secret key and your IMSI number, it is going to be checked inside the MSC database. I mean, in your HLR, that the number that is given by the user is the same number or not. So if the same numbers are there, database says that it matches, then you can call to anyone. But if it is not matches in the database, then HLR is going to tell you that you are not a real owner, and it is going to be cut. It is going to cut your phone, right? So this is basically done. So once the authentication done, that means HLR passes you. I mean, HLR says you're okay. You can call. So once you call, the complete line is going to be encrypted, right? It is not going to be listened by anyone, although it is like in books. I mean, everyone can listen everything. So I mean, so it says that it is encryption, but I do not know then what this VoIP says, voice over internet protocol. Actually, we can listen everything, and as well as in Wireshark also I can listen everything. So this is basically the thing with authentication center. Then we have another component here is operating in management center, which is OMC. Let me also write here the full forms. Well, from the name itself, it says that it is a management center. So it is going to manage all the things related with QoS, which is quality of service. So basically, it is a client-oriented service. So we need to give, very good performance to the user or to the client. So there should not be any hindrance or any obstacle between you and your receiver. So this OMC is going to make sure that all the services that you are using, they are of best quality of service, QoS. And how they can do that is with the help of these four functionalities. So it perform network monitoring, constantly monitor your network, and if there is any glitch or any breach or any problem, then it will going to resolve it. It is also going to measure. Measure means suppose in one cell there are 1,000 users and in the other cell there are only like 100 users, then this is kind of measurement. Other cell doesn't need large amount of antennas. However, the first cell needs a large amount of antenna due to high number of users. So what I mean to say in network measurement is basically if there is a cell this, another cell this, and there is only maybe there are only 100 antennas or access points. However, users are thousands, right? And here maybe like 200 access points. However, users are 100 only. So you can see that this is basically a network measurement. Although we never provide access point like in this manner, which I had shown, but this is just one example. So it will measure that there are small number of antennas or access points. However, the number of users are very high. However, here in the cell 2, this is basically cell 1 and this is cell 2. However, in the cell 2, there are large number of access points. However, the users are very small. So either way, you're gonna shift to something. So they may shift these 1,000 or maybe half of the 1,000 to this cell, or there might be a chances that half of the antennas is going to be shifted to this cell. So although they're gonna measure it and they can give you the approximate thing. So this is basically the network measurement, and precisely this is done by Airtel network because it gives you all access points in their website. So they tell you that where it is situated, and they definitely ask you that in the portal that do you need any access point in your region or in the area. They After that they gonna check that how many users or how many Airtel users in that specific area. If the users are very high, then they're gonna provide you the access point. However, it is just in the theory. I do not know they they provide this kind of functionality or not, because to provide the access point, it needs some money, and I do not think that they like ask from the customer, and then one customer or two customer or 10 customer is saying then they're gonna provide you the access point. I do not know this is feasible for the Airtel network or not. But although they are doing in this manner, right? They measure it like this. Fault management is, I hope you know that. Uh, this is basically related to some problem, maybe on the base station, or maybe on the cables, or maybe on the software, or maybe in the interference or noise. So any faulty related thing is going to be resolved by the OMC. The network operator of OMC is going to tell the other person who is in the field that there is a problem in this network, please fix it. So fault management is very good. You never gonna have any problem in your PSTN network. Actually, they are not usable right now. No one is using 0281 or 079 like in the earlier days. But still, it is operable. People are using it sometimes. So this fault management is going to deal with that kind of network. PSTN network. In mobile network, there is no such fixing, because it is all about wireless network. So where they can fix, basically on the very end, by means of end, what I mean to say is, if this is you, then there are several paths will come. So this is one path, maybe this is one antenna and this is two antenna and then third antenna and four antenna. So if some problem persists here or here, they're gonna fix it. Okay. uh, Although what they're gonna fix is nothing but something like tuning the frequencies and tuning the radio spectrum and nothing else. So this is not the fault management. Fault management is in the earlier days when these are something like what do you call these? Um, these are poles, the mobile poles, and they have a line from one pole to another pole. If you have seen, I do not know. Now it is underground, but earlier days they have this problem. And in one pole, if there is a problem, a person from the organization comes and fixed it, and then you can operate with your coded phone. This was back in the earlier days. Then we have network development also. It is related to the future generation network. So PSTN has been converted to the mobile network, and then mobile network has different type of generation: one, two, three, four, five. I think now six is coming. So likewise, so IMC deals with that, right? Is there any problem in understanding? I hope ये सबको समझ में आया होगा. Anyone have any question in any of the part? And please, any question till now? Okay, so please look after your the certification. I think all of you have completed. It's just only the course feedback that many of the people have not completed. But now, as I give you the grades of course feedback, so I think everyone have completed. So I insist you all to please download your certificates and put it in one folder, right? The certificate is going to be like your enrollment number, uh, like a MC01 underscore enrollment number, right? In that way you save MC02 underscore enrollment number, MC03 underscore enrollment number, MC04 underscore enrollment number. Like that way you store in one specific folder, and then when I ask you, then please share that folder with me in a drive, right? I hope it is understandable. All right. Okay, so Cisco is not going to be now a problem, so it is done. Um, uh, Another is basically this one, this database equipment identity register. Uh, Equipment identity register. Well, this is again a kind of database, and your HLR and this EIR database and VLR database, they are very very near to each other, because some information is there in the HLR which this EIR database needs. Some information is with VLR and sometimes EIR needs it. So they are very near to each other, and they are sharing the data with each other as well. Right? So what basically this EIR is going to do? Well, EIR is having all the IMEI numbers. What do you mean by IMEI? Is International Mobile Equipment Identity. It is a unique manufacturer number given by the vendor only, just like your MAC address. Not going to be changed by anyone. It is not possible. It is fixed. Although you can change it via some software, but it is like in software, not in physical. In physical form, the number is going to be very fixed, very permanent. However, just like Mac changer, just like we have IMEI changer, so you can change it, but in soft only. So in traffic, you can see the different IMEI numbers floating. However, if you see the physical IMEI number in the device, it is not going to be changed. It is completely fixed and permanent. So how this number it is going to helpful in a way that when your phone is going to be stolen or maybe lost somewhere, you can find with the help of IMEI number. And how is this possible? Again, it is in theory, not in practical. Sometimes you can find your lost phone or stolen phone, not always, not possible. Um, so how it works is basically suppose you have your phone is going to be stolen by some thief. Now, what will happen basically is thief is like very smart. He is not going to operate that phone. Instead of that, he is going to turn off or switch off the phone completely. He's going to taken out the card and all. He's going to change that card definitely, right? So he just leave that SIM card and maybe after some period, maybe like 1 month or 1 week, he's going to put some another card instead of Vodafone. Maybe he is going to put now a Uninor card. Which is not exist now, but it's okay. I mean, Uninor card is going to be driven inside that mobile phone, and now what will happen? He is going to use the services of Uninor. Now, how this is going to be useful? It is going to be useful by the police people and uh, so this this police person, I'm going to say it like with a plus sign, as it is for hospitals, but this police is constantly moving from one MSCs to another MSCs for different operators, right? So if there is a Vodafone company, then it is going to be MSC. There is an idea MSC period. We have a in our and so on. Okay, so every network operator has their own MSCs. Now, what will happen is the police has a portal. They have some application uh, which has these MSCs. Okay, every information of MSCs in their portal. Now, what they need to do is just type the IMEI number in the portal, and you see that your thief had installed a new SIM card with that stolen phone. Remember, right? In this phone, he had deleted, I mean, he just uh, cracked the Vodafone card and just installed the Uninor card inside the stolen phone. But now, what will happen basically? Um, Basically, what will happen when he call? He is going to first authenticate himself, right? So when when this line is going to be go for authentication, then what is there in the line? The line is having something called as IMEI number. That means your mobile phone permanent number plus the IMSI number. Now, what will happen basically? Let's say this is a Uninor database, or maybe something like for checking or for AUC, maybe. Let's say, okay, this is the AUC. So when it comes to the AUC, you are going to be passed by your IMSI. I mean, the number is okay. It is Uninor number, and I'm okay with it. However, there is a IMEI number. Now, this is not going to be suspicious for this Union or AUC because he thinks that it is okay. I mean, maybe uh, the owner of this phone is going to be a friend of this Union or person. So he is going to allow this thing, IMEI plus IMSI. And in his database, this entry is going to be provided, IMSI plus IMEI number. And now, for a few days, this person is going to live with this phone. He's okay with this phone. But now, as this person, the real owner, is going to complain to this police, and police is going to check the IMEI number, he will type in the portal, and there is going to be a request from the MSC that The number that you are providing is with me now, right? Is in our database. So simply police will go to the union or MSC, find the IMEI number, and it will check that the real owner IMEI number and the stolen phone IMEI number are same. Now he will go for the IMSI number. Who is this person? With the help of IMSI number, as this IMSI number has been stored in the HLR, now IMSI number has been checked by in the HLR database. And you can see that in HLR, there is a name of that person, there is a location of that person, specific address to that person, what type of services he had taken, Aadhaar card, and every other entries is going to be there in the HLR. Police will simply see the HLR record. It will go to the location, find that person, get the phone, and give it to the real owner. So in this way, the whole process is going to be done. This is understandable. Think with IR, EIR. I mean, this is how it works. Okay, so I think students understood this. Sure. So this is all about the databases and all. And after that, a very important question comes up. GSM addresses and identifiers. Um, Actually, there are seven or eight of them. I think eight numbers in your address and identifiers comes up. Well, these eight numbers are very important numbers. Although there are only three numbers that you need to remember in this way: three decimal digit, two decimal digit, and 10 decimal digit. There are only three numbers that you need to remember, I guess. This one, and maybe this one, or maybe this one. So four numbers. Other than that, I think all is theory. You do not need to worry about the numbers, right? All are theory only. So these three numbers, IMSI number, MSISDN number, and LAI number. These three numbers are having some digits that you need to remember. And certainly people gonna ask, or faculties are gonna ask from this part only, right? So first we have International Mobile Equipment Identity, IMEI number, and and this number is basically according to the slots you will get. So in a mobile phone, if you are having two slots, then you will get two IMEI number. You have four slots, four IMEI number. You want to check your IMEI number, and then you can type hash 06 hash. That way you can get the IMEI number. You can check that out, that how many IMEI number you are having. I never checked it, but check how many IMEI numbers I'm having. My complete. They're never gonna tell you in Samsung phone. Samsung has a very big problem in network, so no issue. Okay, but after that we have IMSI number, which is International Mobile Subscriber Identity. The number is going to be printed, not printed, but it is going to be chipped inside your SIM. Uh, so how you can see the IMSI number? This number is going to uniquely identify the subscriber basically, but um, how basically is going to be recognized as there is a three decimal digit known as mobile country code, that is 404 for India, two decimal digit for the network code. So what kind of network you are using, and in which specific state or which specific area. So if you are using that in Delhi and Airtel is your network, then it is 10. In the same way, we have mobile subscriber identification number MSIN. It is 10 decimal digit. So this way, your IMSI number is going to be formed. If you get any IMSI number, then you can, in a very pretty way, you can bifurcate, you can narrow it down, and you can understand that the user is from which location. So if you can see that there is a 404 not found, so 404, if you see, then you can see that you can simply say that it is from India. If you precisely go for now next number is 10, then you can see that it is 8 and in Delhi. Now you just need to narrow it down to Delhi only. So that way you can precisely understand the IMSI number. Then we have MSISDN number, which is actually a real telephone number or a phone number, which you share it with the other users. It's a public information that you provide the that you share it with your friends. So a very good example is like your own number, like 9726 or 1005, likewise 10 decimal digit. So, but before that, there is a country code you need to append, but we never explicitly put it. It is implicitly, provided by your network operator in your phone. So +91, we never append it. It is there implicitly, right? Then there are two or three decimal digit comes up for the network that you are using. So 94 is BSNL and others having 98. Then we have a subscriber number that is 10 decimal digit, like 8866 73505, likewise. Okay. And the fourth number is location area identity, LAI, which says that where exactly you are calling from, and from which specific cell you are calling from, location area identity. So it is having again the country code 404, that means India, two-digit mobile network code, that means 94, like for BSNL, and then the location area code. So now this location area code is going to tell you from which specific cell you are calling, right? 0011. This is. Then we have MSRN, mobile station roaming number. Well, you see this number, there is uh, another number, actually ISDN number. It is actually the number by which you call generally. Like this is, I think, integrated service digital network, I guess. And this ISDN number, it is a number by which you call, but this number is going to help when you are in the home network. Okay, जब आप home network में हो, तभी सिर्फ ये ISDN नंबर आपका काम आता है कॉल करने के लिए. लेकिन जब कभी भी आप बाहर चले जाते हो किसी लाइक लाइक एक सिटी छोड़ के दूसरे सिटी में, तब वहां पर ये ISDN नंबर आपका काम नहीं करता है. और आप समझ सकते हो क्यों नहीं काम करता है, बिकॉज दे हैव डिफरेंट MSCs, BTS एंड BSCs, सो इट विल नॉट वर्क. सो वहां पर भी आपकी वर्किंग चालू रहे, आप सर्विसेज को यूज कर सको, देयरफॉर वी हैव अ टेम्पररी ISDN नंबर जो कि हम वहां पर देते हैं, और वो आपको VLR के थ्रू मिलता है. ऐसे नंबर्स को हम बोलते हैं मोबाइल स्टेशन रोमिंग नंबर. आप जब कभी भी रोमिंग में होते हो तो आपको पता है कि रोमिंग में आपको सर्विसेज नहीं मिलती है, लेकिन थोड़ी देर के बाद आपको सर्विस मिलना शुरू हो जाता है. वो इसलिए क्योंकि आपको उस दरमियान में टेम्परेरी ISDN नंबर एलोकेट किया जाता है, जिसके थ्रू आप फॉरेन नेटवर्क में कोई भी सर्विसेज यूज कर सको. देन वी हैव टेम्परेरी मोबाइल सब्सक्राइबर आइडेंटिटी. देखो, अब आप फॉरेन लोकेशन में हो तो आपको एक ISDN नंबर तो मिल गया है, मतलब कि एक रोमिंग नंबर तो मिल गया है, लेकिन आपका सिम कार्ड वहां नहीं चलेगा. क्यों नहीं चलेगा? क्योंकि आपके सिम कार्ड में है नंबर IMSI, विच इज इंटरनेशनल मोबाइल सब्सक्राइबर आइडेंटिटी. लेकिन वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ होम लोकेशन में ही काम करता है, फॉरेन लोकेशन में नहीं करेगा. तो वहां पर भी मुझे एक टेम्परेरी नंबर चाहिए, टेम्परेरी सब्सक्राइबर आइडेंटिटी नंबर चाहिए. तो वहां पर हम लगाते हैं TMSI, इसको बोला जाता है टेम्परेरी मोबाइल सब्सक्राइबर आइडेंटिटी मॉडल. और ये भी आपको VLR से ही मिला जाता है. ये कभी भी एचएलआर के अंदर स्टोर परमानेंटली नहीं है। Just a temporary number, so we are handle करके यानी कभी दूसरे नंबर पे आएंगे location subscriber identity चाहिए. So it is again going to be assigned by your VLR. So there are 8 numbers that you need to work on. Maybe MCQ or maybe. So till now, any question? Any other subjects? I mean, in which your course is completed while computing. Any other course? सिर्फ मोबाइल कंप्यूटिंग के अंदर ही कोर्स खत्म हुआ है. ओके सो इट्स ओनली कि हमारा बहुत पहले चालू हो गया था कोर्स. थिंक वेरी स्टार्टिंग ऑफ अगस्त आई गेस. अगस्त सितंबर अक्टूबर आई थिंक जुलाई में हो गया था. ओके पार्ट 1 मयंक 6 8 9 12 17 18 19 26 33 34 37 41 45 48 49 60 62 63 66 67 69 72 73 74 74 76 77 79 80. ओके कुणाल आई थिंक तुमने मेल किया था वो हो गया है सॉल्व. ओके प्लीज Check in your Cisco now. It is done. 82. Wait. 85. No issue. Javin. 86. 87. 91. 100. 107. 108. 112. 113. 114. 119. 120. 121. 124. 126. 127. 129. 130. 134. 135. 136. 145. 164. 190. 05. 010. 016. And 01. Okay, okay, I'm sorry. Right. I think who have lately joined this session, please, I instruct all other students that to please complete your assignments and upload in the any updates regarding final. Still not, but I know that I'm not sure, but I think your November is going to be still working the complete month. So maybe approximately from my own perspective, I am saying that maybe in December, maybe finals, maybe because I do not know, but maybe after Diwali module, I'm sorry. Okay, maybe after Diwali, I do not know about this government and all. क्या पता वो चालू कर दे बुलाना. So देखते हैं. Okay, I'll update you anything comes up. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in the next session.